Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you very much for attending this session with me. I am Samuel Shibarras, a lawyer from PKF Malta, an immigration agent firm based from Malta, Europe. First of all, I would like to thank Global Residency and Citizenship Expo for this incredible opportunity. It is an honor for me to meet you all and provide you with a brief overview of the Maltese immigration programs available for each and every one of you. As some of you may already be aware, the Maltese government has officially replaced, amended, and improved upon the former program, colloquially dubbed as the Permanent Residence Program, by the new Malta Permanent Residency Program, the MPRP, formally taking effect recently, last March 2021. A few words about our island. The Republic of Malta is located in the central Mediterranean region, south of the Italian island of Sicily. The Maltese archipelago consists of 3 main islands, Malta, Gozo, and Comino, which are all inhabited. Together, they cover an area of around 300 square meters in land, making it one of the world's smallest states and the smallest member state of the European Union. Malta is host to various tourist attractions and to 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the megalithic temples, seen here, dating back to thousands of years before the famous pyramids were actually built, and our capital city of Valletta, with its rich military history and fortifications, boasting some of Europe's finest work of arts, churches, and palaces. Due to our great strategic location, Malta was ruled by major world powers and was colonized by the British Empire for approximately 200 years. In 1964, Malta obtained independence from the United Kingdom and became a republic in 1974, finally joining the European Union in 2004 and the Eurozone in 2008. Since 2007, we have also been part of the Schengen Agreement. Besides, Malta has an electric and rich cosmopolitan life, a warm climate, and is surrounded by the clearest blue Mediterranean Sea. It has also been recently voted one of the top 3 places to live in the world by the international expat community. Over the years, Malta has attracted foreign businesses in the financial services sector, gaming and ICT industry, and the shipping and aviation sphere. As of 2021, Malta is one of the fastest growing economies in Europe, having 0 deficit and one of the lowest unemployment rates in the whole European Union. The country is a meeting place of cultures, a place for both business and pleasure. We, at PKF Malta, have been heavily involved in the immigration sector since the introduction of the residency and visa programs, the Permanent Residence Program, back in 2015, being registered as a qualified, authorized, accredited agent, and we can proudly say that we have a 100% success track record when it comes to processing permanent residency applications. We have an actual ongoing application and process for the Citizenship by Direct Investment, the Passport Policy Program, for an ultra-high net worth family Indian national applicant going on, which is currently in the 2nd stage of the process. After several years of experience, today we enjoy a strong and fruitful relationship with all the authorities and the relevant regulators, and we are familiar with the niceties, and we know the ins and outs of all the challenges and context, and we can confidently assist and secure you a successful application for all the interested investors. Due to the common heritage shared between India and Malta, especially due to the Commonwealth membership, both countries enjoy a friendly and cordial bilateral relationship, holding same values and goals when it comes to democracy, human rights, free trade, the rule of law, and world peace. Malta being a freight transit ship point, financial center, and an ICT hub, there is a scope for Indian companies to enter Malta in these fields, to partner up with the Maltese companies, or to provide exclusive services. Aurobindo Pharma, for example, an Indian company which commenced operation in Malta back in 2009, is now one of the largest facilities in Europe. A cultural agreement between both countries was signed back in 1992 and remains in force till today. Cultural events like film festivals, food festivals, and performances of Indian cultural troupes are organized by the High Commission in Malta. The Maltese culture is also very, very appreciative of the Indian cuisine, with an abundance of Indian restaurants in our islands. The High Commission also celebrates International Day of Yoga every year, which sees enthusiasts participate by both members of the Indian community as well as Maltese citizens. The Indian naval ships also regularly visit our island on goodwill visits. From our end, we at PKF Malta have a lot of years of experience when it comes to dealing with foreign investments deriving from India to Malta. We have conducted several international roadshows promoting immigration programs, including citizenship and permanent residency programs across India, speaking at conferences, meetings, and events proposing Malta as a jurisdiction of choice. And we have also been hosts for numerous delegations visits to Malta from all over the world. During our trip to Ahmedabad in February 2019, attending a conference promoting Malta as a destination of residency, we got to tour round a bit during the week-long stay and sampled some of the delicious local cuisine, visited Mahatma Gandhi's ashram and the market close by to immerse fully ourselves in the rich culture of the place. We do look forward to the day when the pandemic ends and we visit your beautiful country once again. Malta offers a wide range of citizenship and residency programs to interested high net worth individuals. The immigration solutions offered by the government of Malta include the Global Residency Program, the passport programs, former MRVP, now the granting of citizenship for exceptional services, and the permanent residency program, the former MRVP, now the MPRP. Now, let's get into the residency program itself. The MPRP offers you the following benefits: the right to live, settle, work, and stay indefinitely in the Maltese Islands, access to high-quality British education and English language school hubs due to Malta's past as a British colony. The standard of education in Malta is very, very high, and exams are introduced to pupils at a very early stage, access to a highly reputed healthcare system, and the needs and efficient way of investment in real estate and market opportunities. MPRP also offers you a permanent residency in EU's leading country when it comes to LGBTIQ equality rights, and a visa-free travel within the Schengen area with a right to stay in one place for up to 90 days within 6 months. Schengen, being the EU's passport-free travel area, covers 26 countries. Free movement offers the right to live, study, work, and retire anyway in the whole European Union. It is possibly the most tangible achievement of the European integration. Now, let's get into the specific investments requirements. The first requirement is property investment. One can either buy a property worth minimum of 350,000 euros for a property situated in the north of Malta, or invest in a 300,000 euro worth for a property situated in Gozo or the south of Malta, or alternatively can rent a property worth minimum of 12,000 per annum for a property situated in the north of Malta, or a property rented for 10,000 per annum for a property situated in Gozo or in the south of Malta. This purchased or rented property has to be held for at least 5 years, after which residential property would be required. Step 2 would be the government contribution. A 58,000 government contribution is required if one chooses to rent a property, or a 28,000 euro government contribution is required if one chooses to purchase a property. This contribution has to be settled within 8 months following the issuance of the letter of approval in principle and can also be paid in tranches. There is also a donation, a 2,000 euro donation to a local registered philanthropic, cultural, sport, scientific, animal welfare, or artistic non-governmental organization or society registered with the Commissioner for Voluntary Organizations or as otherwise approved by the agency is also needed. Step 4, the non-refundable administration fee. A non-refundable administration fee of 40,000 euros is also needed. However, only an initial fee of 10,000 euro of these 40,000 euro is to be settled within 1 month upon submission, and the remaining 30,000 euro will have to be settled within 2 months following the issuance of the letter of approval in principle. Finally, there is also a health insurance needed. However, there has been a change and now only requires to cover the Maltese jurisdiction and not the whole European Union. Process and timeline. The process takes approximately between 4 to 6 months. This process includes a full application submission, part of it can be carried out online, an enhanced 4-year customer due diligence carried out by the regulator, the approval in principle or an unfortunate rejection, the proof of satisfaction of the investment requirements just mentioned, and finally the issuance of the MPRP residence certificates and biometrics for the residence cards. Based on the problems encountered during the implementation of residency programs for the past 6 years, the Maltese government took upon suggestions by the relevant stakeholders to revise the new permanent residency program in Malta. From the comparison table shown here, we can see that, in general, the overall investment in the old and new permanent residencies have remained roughly the same, but with some added advantages. It is also important to point out here that if the main applicant wishes to include any dependents to his application, parents or grandparents, there is a contribution fee of €7,500 per person. Some more eligibility criteria. To be eligible as a prerequisite, the main applicant should maintain a capital of at least €500,000, which can be real estate, bonds, funds, stocks, bank deposits, luxury goods, or luxury cars. However, 150,000 out of these have to be made up of financial assets to ensure a certain level of liquidity. This is a prerequisite which needs to be maintained for the first 5 years from when the residency status in Malta is attained. Here is also important to point out that cryptos are not tantamount to financial assets for these intents and purposes. As mentioned, the insurance only needs to cover the local area of Malta, no longer covering the entire EU area with a reduced cost. Large investments such as the house purchase or rental, the insurance, the NGO donations only need to be made after obtaining the principal's approval, and part of the application process can be submitted online, which heavily improves the efficiency of the application and shortens the application time, as in the past we could only submit all the originals in physical. Here we have some popular FAQs, some of which you attendees could be thinking of right now. At the end of a successful process, the applicant will receive a certificate of Malta residency covering all the applicants included in the application, as well as a residence card issued for each applicant with an initial validity of 5 years, after which period is renewable for 5-year periods indefinitely thereafter. While the certificate grants the applicants the right to stay indefinitely in Malta, the residence card will enable each card holder to travel visa-free within the Schengen area, with a right to stay in one place for up to 90 days in any 6 months. There is also no age restrictions when it comes to dependents, and the beneficiary can add dependents to the application later on after the initial submissions. A beneficiary may also be able to apply for Maltese citizenship by naturalization after having resided in Malta for a minimum 5-year period and continuously resided in Malta throughout the 12 months before the application and for 4 years out of the preceding 6. The Maltese MPRP also takes consideration of all the important factors, and thus taking the most efficient and beneficial route for a successful application for a family of 4 members to obtain the Maltese permanent residency status, the total amount would be of €70,000. Furthermore, only the €10,000 non-refundable administration fee has to be waived before the granting of the letter of approval. Investors are also only obliged to make an investment in real estate after they would have received the guarantee that they have been actually approved in principle. An application can include up to 4 generations, including parents, grandparents of the main applicant or spouse, making it possible for a family to relocate to Malta together as a one whole unit. There is also no minimum stay requirements, and the applicants would need to visit Malta only at the end of the successful process for taking their biometric data, and they are not actually required to spend any days here during the application process or after. As already stated, due to our strong British ties, Maltese are majority English-speaking, making it easier for foreigners to interact and navigate throughout our island. PKF Malta joined PKF International in April of 2000, having more than 480 independent and mutually cooperative member firms in more than 150 countries, with over 20,000 professionals worldwide, being ranked 15 in the International Accounting Network and an annual revenue of more than $1.4 billion. It is a fast and developing progressive firm where clients always come first, being based on a 5-point policy approach. A passion for progress achieved through cross-border teamwork with a clear action towards the future, ensuring the highest standards of quality with a strong sense of support and integrity. We are also part of the global PKF family, and there are also around 16 PKF offices in India, especially in some of the key areas of the country, such as New Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bengaluru. We thank you dearly for your time and attention, and we hope to have struck an interest from your end. For further questions, please do not hesitate to visit our website or getting in contact with us via email. Thank you very much and keep safe.